Today we're ranking the entire SmackDown roster. We already did that with Monday Night Raw. Careers were changed, hearts were broken. Today King Forehead decides who belongs in the wrestling business and who doesn't, because that's how much my opinion matters. And as we look at this tiny ass roster of Friday Night SmackDown, let's rank all of these superstars based on how much I enjoy watching them on television in 2021. And before we continue, let me ask you a question. Do you want to risk your privacy and safety on the internet? No. The answer is no. So why are you not using Proton Mail? Let me tell you more about it. Proton Mail is a secure and private email provider that protects your messages with end-to-end encryption and zero-access encryption, so that besides you, no one can access them. Proton Mail puts you first. Your email inbox contains private and sensitive information that you probably want to keep safe, which is something that you're probably not doing. Unfortunately, most email services use your data to target you with ads instead of protecting you. But not Proton Mail. Proton believes that security, privacy, and freedom are fundamental rights. People, your data belongs to you, not tech companies, governments, or hackers. Not to your father, mother, I think you get the point. Now you might be wondering that it's gonna be way too hard to get used to it, since you've probably been using the same email service for years now. Not a problem. It offers a very familiar interface. Like literally it's so easy to use you don't even have to learn. I made an account a couple of days ago and I pretty much know what it's all about. Recently released new Proton Mail represents the single biggest redesign since Proton Mail was first released 7 years ago. And as you can see, the new design focused on simplicity, so it's gonna be a lot easier to use. And of course there are various plans, so you can choose the one that fits your needs. It offers a bunch of cool features like Proton Calendar, Drive, so get the plan that fits your needs the most. Switzerland has some of the strongest data protection and digital privacy laws in the world, and that's what Proton Mail is giving you. An anonymous mail with Swiss privacy. You can also be sure that all Proton apps are trustworthy because all apps are open source and audited. And to respect users' privacy, Proton has a strict no logs policy. This means they don't keep session usage logs of what you do online, which also means your privacy is safe. So make sure to support Proton Mail, support the channel, get your privacy back, and whether it's the free or paid plan, use the link in the description to sign up. Cesaro. He may not have the most charisma, but definitely one of the best professional wrestlers. Maybe it's too early to judge right now, but it kinda seems like his push is slowly fading away, which is such a shame because he was finally put in the main event and the fans all around the world were very happy. I think Cesaro is great. I love watching him in the ring. You guys probably feel the same way about the guy. I think he belongs in the A tier. A very nice spot to be in. His career is saving because that's how much my opinion matters. Dolph Ziggler, one of my all-time favorite WWE wrestlers. Such a shame he's not really doing anything that much right now. Now the thing is, even though he's not in a very important position, he's still one of the most fun people to watch in the ring. When you're watching a Dolph Ziggler match, you kinda know he's losing, but he still makes every match that damn entertaining. It's 2021 and he's still one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world. I would put him in the S tier, but right now I think he belongs in the A tier. There's not that much interesting stuff with Dolph Ziggler going on television. Bobby Roode. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he's okay. You know, he has a lot of charisma, a lot of personality. They're just not giving him opportunities to shine. I decided to judge these two wrestlers separately because even though they're a tag team, they're very different and spent most of their careers as singles competitors. But I've heard he's a terrible person. The reason he's Robert and not Bobby anymore is because he doesn't love them women that much. Could be false information, I'm not sure, that's what I've heard. I would put him in the B tier. You'll probably notice that I'm a lot more positive in this video than on my Monday Night Raw tier list, and it's because the show is just that much better. Most of these wrestlers have something on television, and even though the roster is small, most of these wrestlers get some time to shine and most of them are actually pretty good at it. So some people from Raw that were in like the D or E tier, maybe they would be higher right here because of stuff that they would be given. I'm not sure. Edge. I mean, do I even need to talk? Do I even need to talk? Definitely an S. I'm one of these people who doesn't really have a problem with part-timers or older wrestlers, that doesn't matter to me. What matters is good television. Edge, for some reason, actually even improved, even though he was already one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time. He's very good on the microphone. His acting career probably really helped him with that. When he talks, you believe. His spear got better. I don't know how that happened. Just one of the all-time greats. Kevin Owens. He's one of these guys who always comes close to being a main eventer. For some reason, he's always being held back, and I'm not sure why. Of course, he had a long program with Roman Reigns, and it was okay. It's a shame it just didn't feel legit enough. But Kevin Owens is just one of the best talkers in the business. I mean, I've just seen this recent episode of Talking Smack, a clip of it, where he basically called Paul Heyman to tell Roman Reigns that he's coming for him. He's also someone that you believe in when he talks. I love Kevin Owens. I would put him in the A tier. It took me a while to become a big fan of Kevin Owens, but I get it. He's unbelievable. Shinsuke Nakamura, or King Nakamura. I like him in the ring. I think he's great. Would I put him in the S or A tier right now? Not really. You know, it just doesn't feel serious to me. He's a king of the ring. Do I see him in a rivalry against Roman Reigns? Not really. And I get it, it's not exactly what this tier list is all about. I'm just saying that I do enjoy Nakamura on television, but I wouldn't say he's one of my absolute favorites. I think he belongs in the B tier. Still very, very good. And I would put Booz in the D tier. I just don't think he's adding that much to Shinsuke Nakamura's character. It just doesn't really fit in for some reason. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just kinda bizarre. Liv Morgan. She's okay, just feels like someone that WWE don't trust enough right now to put in the main event for some reason. I think she's okay, she's definitely not one of my favorites. I think she's fine. I would put her in the middle at C. The Street Profits. I may not like their over-exaggerated promos, sometimes it feels a bit off, but they do have a lot of charisma, there's no doubt about it, and always great in the ring, always, you know, fun to watch, and they're one of the best tag teams we have right now. Definitely belongs in the B tier. Natalya. I mean, I appreciate her work, what she's done for women's wrestling, and I wouldn't say I'm not a fan. What she's doing right now, it doesn't excite me. Everything about her lately just kind of feels forced, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are just kinda tired of Natalya. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put her at D. Great wrestler, but just so uninteresting to watch right now. Otis. Okay, so he's one of the people that I just don't know how I feel about. I kinda appreciate his character. He's kinda alright on television, like I don't mind his segments, attacks, matches, whatever. I don't know. I think he belongs somewhere in the middle. I just don't have a strong opinion on the guy. Rey Mysterio. I mean, one of the all-time best WWE wrestlers. It's funny because growing up, I wasn't the biggest Rey Mysterio fan. I don't know why, I liked him, but he was never in like my top 10 for some reason. But right now, absolutely love the guy. One of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. Just phenomenal, just a legendary wrestler. You see a wrestler with a mask, you remember Rey Mysterio. If you're not a wrestling fan, you see a wrestler with a mask, you think that's Rey Mysterio. In 2021, I would put him in the A tier. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. I mean, do we have something higher than S? Because that's where Roman Reigns belongs. I think right now Roman Reigns is the best pro wrestler in the wrestling business. By far. So definitely an S. And look, Roman Reigns is not bad in the ring whatsoever. He's great in the ring. But I'm not judging these by how good you are in the ring. I'm judging by how much I care about that superstar right now. And in my opinion, there's no one better in the wrestling business than Roman Reigns in 2021. Dominic Mysterio. He has so much to learn still. It's hard to judge him because I like him. Is he great? Is he good right now? he's okay. It's really hard to judge new wrestlers. I'll put him in the C tier. I don't mind watching him on television. I think he's okay. Sami Zayn. Okay, you know my opinion on Sami Zayn. This guy is unbelievable. So funny, so believable. And he's kind of a proof that you don't need to be in the main event or a champion to give that much value to a wrestling show. I think Sami Zayn should be on Raw to kind of make it a bit more watchable. I would put him in the S tier. I mean, I'm judging by what I like watching on television, and whenever Sami Zayn is on, I watch. I focus, I listen, and God damn it, I believe. Seth Rollins. I mean, I love Seth Rollins, but this might be a hot take. I think this whole Messiah gimmick and whatever he's doing right now is not bad by any means, but it kinda changed his character to a point that it made him less valuable. Like the previous Seth Rollins was a main eventer, this one, he's kinda close. For me, he just doesn't feel legit enough. I mean, at this point, I would put him in the B tier. When I'm watching Seth Rollins, I'm like, I'm supposed to like this, but for some reason, something's lacking. Tamina, I mean, I'm happy for her success lately. Do I like her in the ring or promos or not really? Not really. I mean, she improved. She's definitely not an F anymore. I would put her at E. Apollo Crews. Someone that definitely improved. No longer just a smiley baby face. He got better on the microphone. Got a personality finally. So, you know, do I like him? Yes. Lately, I do believe they should focus on him a bit more because he's doing the same thing over and over again. But at the end of the day, I still think it's pretty believable and I don't mind watching him on television. I think he's pretty good. So I think he belongs in the B tier and Aziz belongs in the C tier. He does add a lot of character to Apollo Crews. Zelina Vega. So we only seen her once on SmackDown ever since she came back, as of recording of this video. She kinda surprised me about how good she is on the microphone. I mean, she was always talking on behalf of Andrade, but now she's a wrestler, that's a bit different. And she was very believable. Like, so far, I'm interested in it, and hopefully she's gonna be successful. So far, in the B tier. I feel very generous today. Baron Corbin. I mean, that's a weird one because, you know, I think he's a good wrestler, he's an okay talker. But I always complain about how I don't like watching him on television because he's always given the worst stuff and it's just boring. So I mean, I gotta judge by that, right? I'll give him a C. I still think he's somewhat entertaining and his new gimmick is kinda interesting. I wanna see where it's going. So you know, I don't mind watching him on television. Bayley, she's good. I mean, the WWE's women's division is not very good right now for some reason. So I think she's my favorite right now, I guess. I'll give her an A. I mean, whatever she's given, she makes it work. Whether it's cringy or not, that's kinda the point. And even though she doesn't feel legit enough and lost a lot of momentum, right now she's probably the most entertaining women's wrestler in the WWE, at least on the main roster. Bianca Belair, also a big fan, but lately her championship title reign just doesn't feel that interesting to me. What I will say though, her matches are great. Her hair gives her a very interesting, I should say, style in wrestling. It's different and I love that. I would give her an A. I think I like her almost as much as Bayley. Big E. I don't know what they're doing with the guy. All these rumors about Big E getting pushed, but lately when he's on television, he's doing nothing but spreading the legs. That's it. Instead of giving him a new personality, a different side of Big E, when I see the guy, all I can think of is, this is the guy from the New Day. I mean, I would give him a B, but lately I am losing a lot of interest. Carmella, I mean, I'm not judging by wrestling skill, but when she's on television right now, as of this recording, it's always the most boring part of the show. The worst one. She's basically a SmackDown version of Eva Marie. Probably in the F tier. Chad Gable. I think he's a very unique wrestler and I love his matches, but just like with Otis, I don't love watching him on television, but I don't mind either. I would put him in the C tier. Sasha Banks, one of the best female wrestlers in the world. She's great. What I will say, and that is a hot take, and a very unpopular opinion, I think she's not that good on the microphone. I hate the fake laugh, and her delivery never really makes me believe. It always feels scripted. I'll put her in the B tier. Still very, very good in the ring. Jey Uso. I mean, this guy just had the hottest rivalry in the WWE with Roman Reigns. He's still very entertaining. Definitely in the S tier. And Jimmy Uso. He's also good, but he didn't get the same opportunity that Jey did. He got an opportunity right now, but he blew it. Judging from what we've seen, it seems like he's still very good, but not as good on the microphone as Jey Uso. You know, when Jey is talking, you believe him, you feel sorry for the guy. When this guy is talking, I don't know, he gives off a bit of a more douchey vibe. I would still put him in the B tier. I think he's very good, but from what we've seen, not as good as his brother. So this is my SmackDown roster of 2021 tier list. King Forehead felt generous today. I did not ruin a lot of careers. I've changed lives, but mostly for the better. Say it with me. Thank you, King Forehead. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know your 5 favorite SmackDown superstars and 5 that you just don't care about. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.